Help us out today. It's been a while since we fellowshipped on here. We want to talk to you. Come on in. Chum on in. Michael Dudley, what's going on, Junior? Brandon, what's up? Bonnie, what's up? What part of the world y'all checking in from? Where y'all checking in from? What's up, Erica Jackson? Rain. Monty Montz. Ira Edwards. What part of the country y'all checking in from? Come on in. Is that Omaha, Nebraska? What does it do with Omaha? Wow. Birmingham, Alabama. I want to go there. Shot-town, Kevin Haywood. Y'all do me a favor, share the video as well. Lola. Jamie Johnson. Cleveland. Kelly Kane. Kimberly Lewis is checking in, y'all. What's up to everybody? Prosper, Texas. Pensacola, Florida is here. Jasmine, what's the weather in Florida, man? I heard it was going to be cold down there today, like 40 degrees.
This couldn't be colder than here. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, here's a different story.
It's like 1 degree.
Savannah, what's the degrees in Savannah? All right, it's cold as hell here. I know it's cold in Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
DeMarco, what's going on? California. All right, man. Welcome on board, welcome on board, welcome on board. Real people, real life situations. We inside a reality hour. What we got popping today, we're going to read the letter. You all leave your comments and help this person out. Baton Rouge, Louisiana here on the Facebook. What's good? Let's dive into the letter. Kenya has that letter for us.
All right. Dear Sam, I'm engaged to a woman who is making more money than me. She's an executive, and I'm just a blue-collar worker who does pretty good for myself, but she does make more. She owns a big, beautiful home that when we get married, I'm going to sell mine and move into hers. I probably shouldn't, but I do feel a little apprehensive about that, but I will do that. The one other request that she has, I feel more than some type of way about. She just recently told me that she won't be taking my last name. She says because of her position, she doesn't want to make that change. I feel that if you're marrying me, you should be taking my last name. It led to an argument. I love her, I do, but am I making a mistake by marrying her? She is making our marriage sound like and feel like a business merger. And I am holding my ground on her taking my name. She says I'm being old-fashioned and controlling. Is she right? Shouldn't the woman take the man's name, or is marriage really just a business?
Well, marriage is not just a business, but marriage is a business.
Sure is.
It's a contract. When you sign a contract, that means you're saying, A, B, C, D. You agree to this, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading some of the comments already. What's up, Michael? I would keep my crib. I'll rent it out.
Yeah, you can rent it out.
Keep that money coming in, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. The last name. Would you say, Bijou?
I said, no, that's a great way of looking at it. That's another way.
I'm renting the house out.
Income for you.
Right. Just in case she get to acting like a damn fool, I can go and get these tenants out of there and move on in.
No, you can't go in with the exit plan.
Say what? You can't go in with an exit plan.
Right. You're supposed to be thinking of ways to work it out.
Of course, but I'm being realistic here. She's already saying what it's about business and that.
No.
What?
She is just saying, hey, I have established an entire career.
Okay,
with
she
this
keep the name. She keep the name. I don't care about that.
Well,
keep the
he
name.
does.
Put the hyphen on it. Isn't what they do nowadays?
You can hyphenate it.
Hyphenate it.
But sometimes it's hard to switch over all that stuff and whatever. Like, why does she need to be branded too, like cattle?
So let me say this: if that's what he likes, that's what he likes. Just like she feels like she's a cattle, but he don't feel that way. Do what you like, man. Like, do what make you happy. If he feels like it's all about a business deal, this is why I said about looking at it on the ethics side. If that's how he feels that she's treating it, and he doesn't feel like, he doesn't feel footed. They haven't had a conversation or flat-footed that they both equally there. Then he needs to really think about that before he makes that decision.
But those are kind of antiquated. I don't know. I just feel it's like antiquated ideas about marriage. You marry the person because you love them. Clearly, she's not with him for money. She wants to.
In
be
that case,
with
you
him.
don't need to marry him. Just be with him, because a lot of the old school stuff, don't nobody want to go old school anyway. So why waste your damn time?
Well, the marriage is the commitment. The marriage is the spiritual part, the commitment to each other. But she clearly doesn't need his money necessarily, but she loves him. He's marrying her for the love, not because she's his property.
But I think that's what Sam is saying. At the end of the day, the marriage, legally, you can be married spiritually. That's what all these celebrities do. They're not. There's a lot of times they don't get married legally because of what it's a contract, like you said. But you can be together and be married and spiritually together. That's what y'all want to do. But I do think that you got to think about those two things. If you're worried about the last name or things like that, those are things y'all have to hash out before you walk down the aisle. Before you make that choice. For real. Because those are things that can really break you up in the end. I've actually seen it happen before.
About the name?
About the name. Because what happens is you don't know as a female if that man holds weight to that means something to him, giving you his name, and you don't feel like you want his name. That is something that's a serious thing for some people. That's a serious thing.
And they have the right to feel that way. Like, we can't, I get this new thing. So, like, for example, just like I can accept that, well, how come we can accept that the old way of him wanting his wife to have his last name is just what he wanted? Just like some people feel like if you're not a virgin, you shouldn't wear white. I'm just saying, but that might be, that might be, everybody has something that they don't.
On top of that, yes. And I'll go ahead, Sam.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and on top of that, not taking his last name, he's made it clear that she makes more than him financially. And in certain situations, that makes a man feel emasculated. And if you're saying, I make more of you, I'm going to be paying, you moving in my house, but I'm keeping my last name, that may make him feel as though, well, you don't want, why can't you have my last name? Are you taking care of me? There's a lot of things you have to think about when you're going into these situations with your man.
But there's so many ways that you can, if you're really looking for solutions with a marriage, you're going to have to look for solutions. It can't be an absolute, this is my way or the highway. That's what marriage is. You figure out how to blend your life with someone else's ideas. And this I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it should be a sticking point.
Well, for him it is. So here's the two things. He's giving up his house. He's moving into her house. In his mind, he feels a certain type of way. So, let me really kind of explain this part. There are some men that will love this thing. Just go in there and we'll be talking about how terrible he is down the line because he didn't do nothing. He moved into her house. Some men are comfortable with taking it just like she wants it to be. He doesn't want it to be that way. So he giving up his crib, like y'all just broke it down. He feels some type of way. It's not bad for him to feel that. That's how he feels. So I'm saying, if you feel that type of way, don't do it right now. Don't do it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants it her way, you want it your way. If y'all can't bend on one of them, she can't put the last thing, can't tack her name on it. She can still be Mrs. Whoever she is, But that's something. Sometimes we have to compromise on little small things, but with those small things become so big. But that's how his feelings feel. Some men don't care. I'm gonna live in with you, girl. That's right. You go ahead and run it. You do your thing, and they comfortable with that. Some men have that ego that they need to be able to do something.
Well, those probably wouldn't be good relationship people anyway. I mean, if everything is a sticking point, like some people, they might professionally be the marriage name or the maiden name, but for the kids at school, they all share the same name. It doesn't have to be one way. That's what I'm saying. It's all about compromise.
I
Yeah.
think that's what Sam is saying, and I think, like you said, if she can't do that for that man, and he knows that's something that's gonna bother him in the future, he better
I'm
get
telling
on,
you.
because that's gonna make him mad every time he says her last name and it's not his.
Okay,
Go ahead
okay.
and do
So
something.
so if you're
It's gonna
Bijou
upset
Star,
him.
if you Bijou Star for 11 years in your career, you got to be Miss Bijou Star Johnson. I mean, you can't just
Yeah.
professionally be Bijou Star.
It's not about professionally. No, no. I don't play that. I'm old school with that. I am my husband's. My last name is my husband's last name.
See, some people are old school. Like, that's what I'm trying to say, is that some people are old school and some people are new school. Some people are willing.
Remember the Miss Carter tour? Beyonce had to let that man know. I am Beyonce knows, but I'm Miss Carter to these people at the end of the day.
She's
There was
a
a reason she
one-name
called it the Miss
artist.
Carter tour.
She's a one-name artist anyway,
But
so that
she
doesn't
made it
matter.
clear to us. I am
What you say?
Beyonce knows
Can you
Carter.
say she's a one way? She's one.
No, I'm just saying she made it clear to us. I'm Mrs. Carter at the end of the day. Why? That's that man. She don't need nobody else's name, but she says This is the Mrs. Carter tour. I'm Jay-Z's wife. Some women like that, and the men clearly like it too. That's what they say. You got to go get with somebody who does what you like. That's really what it comes down to.
All right, what comments you got coming over there, Kenya?
All right. Now, Lisa said, as a professional woman, she has built her entire career on her name. There's a professional reputation behind her name, which allows it to be spoken in rooms she isn't even in. So, yes, I completely understand what she means. Ask her if she is willing to keep her maiden name for professional purposes, but only in the home you share one name legally.
Ooh, look what Victoria Charles said. Don't sell your home. She's already running things. Let the man lead. That's what's wrong with us, independent women. Gonna be alone, 'cause a real man won't tolerate it.
I wouldn't want that.
I ain't gonna say real man won't tolerate it. It's really whatever floats your boat.
Right.
It really is. It's totally whatever floats your boat. But like I said, you got to get with somebody who rocks the way you do.
Yes.
It can't be, because like I said, I've seen it happen where the man finally just was like, I can't take you think you my man. She wouldn't take the last name. She was making more money. It was a hard thing for him to deal with that. Like, you got to come on. You got to make your man feel like a man. That's just me. You do
have to, but I don't. I mean, I think that marriage is about compromises, and I'm saying that as a person who's been in the same relationship for 25 years. This is not a fantasy thing. I'm saying that you have to compromise on a lot of things.
And he want to compromise, but she ain't trying to. She's
That's
getting.
what I said. Seems like she the one who's
She
like,
getting the whole thing of what she wants. That's what he's saying. He's giving up his crib. What else is he talking about?
I mean, it really was just unless he would like her to make less money to make him feel good.
No, he didn't say that. He don't care about it. I mean,
He always trying to throw a little.
Yeah.
What?
Listen, he's cool with living the good life that she's helping to provide.
So what's
He
wrong
just
with
wants-
that? I mean, what's
he's
wrong with her
old
keeping
school.
her
What's wrong-
professional identity?
and what's wrong with her hyphenating it? How come she can't humble herself to that?
She wants to come one for the dash.
maybe
anyway.
that's something that they need to discuss. Just would that work for him?
It don't sound like it. I'm pretty sure they had to come up.
The
These sound like
hyphenating?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that they discussed that part.
So you just got to do away with it altogether.
I mean, if that makes him feel some type of way, petty stuff like this causes silly divorces and dumb stuff.
I'm telling you.
Because they didn't have an understanding before. If he goes in and just marry right now, say, you know what? Let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
That's
And I know plenty of women who will be willing to take his last name. So let me tell you something. There's a lot of
There
unmarried
are,
women out here
absolutely.
who are just as happy as they could be to take somebody's last name. They tired of their last name. Okay, they've been alone for a long time. So tell him there's other fish in the sea.
Yeah.
Don't stress.
yeah.
Oh God! Just break up the whole relationship because of the sake.
No, it's just that, just like
It's gonna bother you.
just like women wanted to be, they wanted to be this way. Men should have it to be their way too. Like if they cannot see it eye to eye, they cannot what we just said. You gotta, you do this, I do that. Compromise, because you're gonna always have to compromise. If they can't do that at the beginning, why get married? Like, don't do it right now until you all can compromise. So this is just, man. We're only talking about We're only talking about property in the last name. And if this property in the last name is feeling some type of way, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the route that you would like to take, I mean,
I ain't taking it. I don't care. It ain't me.
No. I'm talking about the guy. If that's a sticking point, then that's a sticking point.
Man. All right, y'all. Leave y'all info right here on Facebook and go ahead and share this, y'all. Reality Hour.